.org. This broadcast is presented by Lictus Oil and Propane, Countertop Solutions, Caflisch Pallet and Wood Supply, Triple E Manufacturing, Necker's Company General Store, Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing, the Cornerstone Restaurant, J. Edwards Insurance, Troyer's Greenhouse, Mosher's Carpeting, Utegg's Body Shop, and Tina Dills, ERA Team VP Licensed Real Estate Agent. And now let's head to the field for all the action of CSP Wolfpack Baseball play-by-play.
Well, beautiful Monday afternoon to all you CSP Wolfpack fans. We're here in Clymer. I know we're supposed to be at Chautauqua Lake, but because of field issues at Chautauqua Lake, they moved the game to Clymer. Field here looks good. It's going to be a little reversal tonight, so Chautauqua Lake is still going to be the home team, so CSP will be batting first, and it'll be just like a Chautauqua Lake home game. Last time we played this team, it was snowy and blowy, and it was at the same spot. But this is a pretty good ball team CSP's facing here today. I'm here today. I'm Pat Catanese with Kyle Hinsdale. We're going to see if we can get you through another game here tonight. So the teams are ready to go, and we're ready to start. Up first for CSP is going to be Caden Beckrink. Caden's going to be playing center field for CSP tonight. Pitching for Chautauqua Lake is Hughes, number 12, Hughes. So here's the first pitch, folks. Ball high. Like I said earlier, the field here looks good. Infield is dry. Ball inside. 2 balls, no strikes on Caden. A little bit of a change in the lineup tonight. We'll get into that here in a second. Ball low to Caden. 3 balls, no strikes. 3-0 on Caden. I bet he's probably got the take sign here. There's a strike right down the middle. So 3 balls, 1 strike on Caden. Ball high. So base on balls for Caden Beckrink. Up next is going to be Gavin Burchanowski. So CSP's got their leadoff runner on base with Gavin up playing third base today. Gavin attempted to bunt and missed. Strike 1 on Gavin. See if I can get you the infield for Chautauqua Lake after this pitch. There's another bunt attempt, foul. Looked like another nice pitch. Guess we'll have to try to lock in to see where his zone is here today, Kyle.
2 balls and no strikes, and typical Bryce Hinsdale fashion, we're going to go deep into the count with every batter. Three balls and no strikes.
This is Hughes batting the pitcher.
Let's go, Bryce.
There it is.
Three balls and 1 strike to the second batter of the inning. Runner on first who reached on a base on ball. Bryce checks him over at first.
Not much of a lead over there, so there's a strike.
So full count to the batter. See if Bryce can get a much needed strikeout.
I'd like to see a double play ball myself.
There you go.
Could be. Nope.
So 2 batters and 2 walks, and that'll bring up number 3 hitter Henry to the plate. No score here in the bottom of the first. Runners at first and second. There's a
Big swing and a miss. That was that outside curve.
Man,
there's a double play ball one.
Double play ball, and that ball's. And the runner is gonna, so they get the out at second, and the errant throw to first gets the ball to the backstop or to the fence. That advances the runner from first to second and scores the runner from second. So 1-0 Chautauqua Lake here in the first inning. But at least we forced the batter to put bat on the ball.
Yeah, I think over there first, the first baseman got knocked down by the runner, so he couldn't get up and react to that runner real quick. So guy at second, 1 out. Olson is up to bat.
There's a ball hit to left field, and that's going to be caught by Andrew Spiesman. And that's going to be out number 2. It's amazing what happens when you throw strikes and make them hitters. And that's out number 2 with a runner on second, and that's going to bring number 17 Smith to the plate.
Playing third base today for Chautauqua Lake. There's a strike.
Strike in there for strike 1. And there's a ground ball to short. Tate's going to come up throwing, and we're going to get him out at first. So eliminate the base on balls and make them hitters, and good things happen. And as a result, it is 1-0 Chautauqua Lake after 1. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane and Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002, or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack! From Countertop Solutions.
CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Troyer's Greenhouse, now open for the season Monday through Saturday. Troyer's Greenhouse is located at 1669 Weeks Road, just 2 miles west of Panama. Go Wolfpack from Troyer's Greenhouse.
Welcome back to CSP Wolfpack Baseball on Channel 98.9, where CSP plays visitors to Chautauqua Lake Eagles, despite being in Clymer today. And CSP, after one inning, trails by a score of 1-0. A couple walks back in the first inning led to Chautauqua Lake runs, or one run. And CSP went 1-2-3 back in the first inning. So we're going to see.
No, we had Caden on first, remember?
Oh, that's right. We did have
base
Caden
on both,
first.
yep.
So we're going to see Carson White batting in that 5 spot. And there's a pop foul behind home plate for strike number 1. CSP facing Hughes on the mound for Chautauqua Lake, who throws the ball quite hard.
Yep. Yeah, looks like a nice pitcher for them.
So Carson down, no balls and 2 strikes here early.
There's a base hit.
There's a base hit to center field. So single for Carson White to lead off the inning, and that's going to bring Colin Sturgis to the plate. Good piece of hitting there by Carson White. He was down 0-2, Pat.
Yeah. He knew he had to protect, and he took that ball where it was pitched to him. So good, a little bit of a good lead there at first for Carson.
See if Colin tries to put down a bunt here to advance the runner. He
Yeah.
tried. Ball outside, so 1 ball and no strikes. Good stop by Olson behind the plate.
Ball.
And that ball is in the dirt, and that's going to get by Olson, and that's going to allow Carson White to advance to second. So 2 wild pitches here to start the at-bat for Colin Sturgis. 2 balls and no strikes. And there he went and was unable to put the bunt down. So
On deck is Andrew Spiesman. He hit the ball well the other day, so Colin hits this ball to the right side of the infield. That'll advance. Oh, it's a shot over his head.
Base
fair ball
down the third base line. That's fair.
Yeah, it's going to score Carson.
Yep, Carson's going to score, and Colin Sturgis is going to have an RBI single.
Nice.
And that's going to even the score at 1 here in the top of the second. Good job by Colin Sturgis. Much needed hit. Blooped that right over the third baseman's head. And that's going to bring Andrew Spiesman now to the plate. And Andrew's going to try to put down a bunt, and that was unsuccessful right off the end of the bat. Foul.
Square up, knock that thing down.
Yep. So no balls and 1 strike to Andrew Spiesman.
Keep the bats going here, Andrew.
There's a curveball. And their ball is going to get to the outfield, and Colin Sturgis is going to advance himself from first to second on the errant throw from the catcher to first base. And so no longer needing a bunt here. I guess you probably could still bunt, right, Pat?
Yeah, but I think I'd let him hit.
Now you let him hit. So I believe it is 2 balls.
1 strike.
2
balls and 1 strike. Yep.
And they're going to have a little conversation on the mound on what's going on here. Another busy week for the Wolfpack. Play tonight, obviously, and then play Wednesday at
here
against Westfield.
Yep.
And then on Thursday night we travel to Bemis to play Maple Grove. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Spiesman. Runner on second. And there's a bunt down first base side. And he's out of the baseline. So either way, Andrew did his job. Advanced the runner from second to third. And that's going to be out number 1 of the inning. And that's going to bring Tanner Mahako to the plate, playing second base for the Wolfpack.
That play on Andrew, I would have disputed that call. They did get him at first, but they called him because he was out of the baseline, but that first baseman forced him out of the baseline.
He was in the baseline.
Yeah. So where do you want him to go? You can't go over top of him, you know?
So 2 balls and no strikes to Tanner. I agree, Pat. I thought to avoid the first baseman, he had to go out of the baseline. So there's strike number 1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Tanner Mahako. Colin Sturgis, who had RBI single, is sitting on third. There's a swing and a miss on a high fastball. Evens the count at 2. Tate Catanese on deck for the Wolfpack, batting in his unconventional number 9 spot. There's strike 3 on Tanner Mahako, so that's 2 outs here in the second inning. And with a runner on third, that's going to bring Tate Catanese to the plate.
CSP has gone to the Yankee theory of, remember when they used to bat Henderson or Gardner?
Oh, yeah.
At the end? It's like having your leadoff hitter bat ninth, you know?
Right. So there's a curveball high to Tate. 1 ball, no strikes. Yeah, that was a balk there. So that's going to make it 2-1 Wolfpack. Yeah, he knows what he did, and I think he's well aware of what he did. So 1 ball, no strikes to the batter. Now the base is empty. There's a good curveball in for strike number 1. So CSP here in the second inning responds nicely after giving up 1 in the bottom of the first, and they now lead it 2-1. Big swing and a miss for Tate for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Got to protect now. He stays alive, foul tipping that curveball back. Ball low and outside, so that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah. Got him with that big curve.
So that's out number 3 of the inning, but not until CSP puts 2 across home plate. And after 1.5, it is CSP 2, Chautauqua Lake 1. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Support for CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage is provided in part by Tina Dills, ERA Team VP licensed real estate agent, serving the Wolfpack listening area and all of Chautauqua County with real estate services for buyers, sellers, vacation rentals, and all relocation needs. For more information on how to get your move going, Tina can be reached at 716-397-7790. Tina Dills and the ERA Team VP agents wish the Wolfpack the best of luck.
Corry's only locally operated radio station is Channel 98.9. With your eerie weather, your favorite personalities.
Thank you so much for joining us on a Monday.
You see today local news, entertainment, and information around the clock. And Corry's Modern Rock. Channel 98.9, your one radio station.
Welcome back to Wolfpack Baseball here on Channel 98.9. And as we enter the bottom half of the second, CSP leads by a score of 2-1. And we're going to see hitters 6, 7, and 8 for the Eagles. And Bryce Hinsdale is going to get his second inning of the game here. And he starts Blackman,
First
baseman, with a strike on the outside part of the plate. It's a high fastball for ball 1-1-1. Two balls and one strike. Nice day for baseball, Pat.
Shot to Gavin Berchanowski. Oh, Gavin fumbled it. Makes a quick throw.
Oh, and he still gets some
Yep,
good throw
good play.
by Gavin
Stuck with it.
Berchanowski. He bobbled it at the beginning and stuck with it and made a good throw to first base to get the runner. So out number one.
Okay, who is this now?
This is number 10.
This is a designated hitter for
Rivera.
Is batting for Rada?
Is Rada, yep.
Okay.
So number 10, Rivera, who's the DH today, is batting. And
Strike.
there's a strike in there for no balls and one strike. Curveball outside.
Slipped out of his hand.
You know, that play at third base, Pat, you know, that's a tough, you know, you see seniors who have, after they bobble it, that struggle getting it over to first base. Gavin's just a freshman, and he stayed composed and
he didn't
fired it over there, made a good throw over to first base.
Carson playing first. He had a good stretch to make it a little bit shorter, so that was nice. There's 2-2 on a batter.
Ball high and outside.
Uh,
So full count. We have Jaws
Jauss
on deck for the Eagles.
Full count on the batter. Strike three. Oh.
And ball low. So another base on balls here in the second inning, and that's going to bring the center fielder Joss to the plate.
Joss, sounds good. Not much of a lead at first. Another shot to the center of this infield will get us a couple outs.
1 ball and no strikes to the number 8 hitter, Nowicki, on deck for Chautauqua Lake.
So we have an injury from.
I think we got an injury. I think he might have dislocated his finger. So we're going to get a pinch runner for Rivera. That'll be snapped back into place.
Yep.
Might hurt a little bit.
We might hear a scream. Run cold water over top of it first. So runner on first with 1 out.
Yep, 1 out with 1 ball and no strikes to the batter. And there's a strike to even the count. Looks like Grant's got an issue with his glove.
Here we go.
1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on first. We are in the bottom of the second. CSP leads by a score of 2-1.
Carson holds on to that. That would have been really close, I
Yep.
think, there, Kyle.
Ball high, 2-1.
There it is.
And there's a hit to left field, and that's going to right field, and that's going to fall in. That's going to fall in, so runners now at first and second with 1 out. And that's going to bring number 5, Nowicki, to the plate. Number 9 hitter for the Eagles. See if CSP can turn 2 here and get out of the inning. There's foul.
Right off the end of the bat.
Yep. There's a fly ball to center field.
Caden
Beckrink is running. Oh, 2. Checked second base. He left way early. He left way early. And he's going to be out. So there's the double play that we needed. I'm not sure what that guy was doing, Pat. But either way, Caden Beckrink catches it in center field and throws it to second base and tags out the runner. So after 2, CSP leads by a score of 2-1. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack from Countertop Solutions.
CSP baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided in part by Steve Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing and Air Conditioning, located at 147 East Main Street in Corry. They offer residential and light commercial new services, as well as electrical repairs, well pumps, and water conditioning systems. Phone 814-665-6034. Online at flicksheatingplumbingandac.com.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by NISFA and the New York State Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Wolfpack Baseball here on Channel 98.9 and Facebook Live. I want to thank our sponsors for allowing us to bring you the game today. And CSP is going to enter the top of the third with their leadoff man, top of the lineup, which means Caden Beckerink, Gavin Burchanowski, and Bryce Hinsdale here in the third inning.
Caden walked his first time at bat, then never moved from first base. So
nope.
Let's hopefully we can do this and do it differently this time.
So he looks at ball one, and there's a
nice
ground
hit.
ball that's going to be
gonna make
hit.
it.
That's going to get to a little bit to the right field, and that's going to be base hit number one for Caden for the game.
The young man at second made a good play on it, though. He
did.
got to it and did throw the ball.
He did knock it down. Otherwise, Caden might have rounded first and went to second.
Yeah.
So
got good range over there at second.
So leadoff runner on here for the Wolfpack, and that's going to bring Burchanowski to the plate. And there's Gavin showed bunt, but pulled back on the ball outside.
Olson likes to throw it down to first, so
yeah, he does.
Let's have him keep doing it.
There's a foul, bunt foul. So 1 ball, 1 strike to the freshman from Clymer, Bryce Hinsdale on deck.
There goes.
There's a curveball, and Caden stole
the base.
Stole the base. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Good job by Caden Beckerink being aggressive on the base pads. And now I think you might see Gavin
swing away now.
Swing away here. Yeah, there's one on the outside part of the plate, so that evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And if you're Gavin and you want to try to at least make contact to the right side of the field, that'll advance the runner from second to third. And there's a foul tip catch for out number 1. And that's going to bring today's starting pitcher for the Wolfpack, Bryce Hinsdale, to the plate. He flew out deep to center field back in the first inning.
Made good contact, hit the ball hard.
Fairly sizable gap between center and right field. See if Bryce can find that somehow. Curveball outside for ball 1. With the speed at second, base hit out of the infield likely scores Caden. Ball inside. 2-0.
Grant Lictus on deck.
Bryce is thinking, man, if that's going to be a strike, I'd like that strike.
Yes, let's do that for us, too.
2 balls and 1 strike.
Ball high.
High fastball. Oh. Chautauqua Lake being a little sloppy there. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Steps off the rubber.
Curveball in for strike 2, so that evens the count. Or I'm sorry, that brings the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner on second. Ball outside, so that's going to be a base on balls for Bryce Hinsdale, and that's going to bring Grant Lictus to the plate. So CSP goes 3 out of their first 4 batters lefties.
Grant hit the ball right off the end of the bat his first time up.
Yep. So 1 out here in the top of the third. CSP leads by a score 2-1. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Grant Lictus to the plate. And that was high and tight for ball 1.
He didn't look happy about that pitch,
No.
did he?
There's
a shot.
Base hit to left field. Good job by Grant Lictus. Here comes Caden, and he's going to score. Stand up score, and that's going to be an RBI single for Grant Lictus. Good piece of hitting there. He took it the opposite way, and that's going to make the score 3-1 Wolfpack. And that's still with runners on first and second with 1 out.
Carson hit the ball hard. His first time he got a single out of it, didn't he? Yes, he did.
Yep. He does the same thing here. Likely scores Bryce from second. There's
Okay, now he's set.
right down the middle. No balls and 1 strike. Colin Sturgis on deck for the Wolfpack. And there's a ground ball to
Could
short.
be a
that
tough
could
play.
Be trouble, Pat. And that's going to get
Gets
over
over
the
his
first
head.
baseman. And here Bryce is going to score from second. And Grant's going to advance himself from first to third. So good job by Carson White on putting bat on the ball and putting pressure on the defense. And sure enough, bad throw to first gets him an RBI. So that makes it 4-1 Wolfpack here in the third inning. And Colin Sturgis, who
hit a shot over
hit a
third
shot
base.
over third base back in the first inning, second inning is.
Okay.
Yeah. Chautauqua Lake likes to be a little fancy, and what they've just, a lot of these are self-inflicted wounds for them.
Yep.
Throwing the ball around. I mean, that third baseman or shortstop really should have just held on to that ball. But so now runners at second and third. And there's a pop. It's going to be out of play. And today, Pat, we got a modified softball game going
I was going to
on.
mention that. That's the first time this year we've had something going on over there.
Well, this CSP game was supposed to be in Chautauqua Lake, so they probably thought they had the area to themselves. There's a big swing and a miss for strike 3, so that's 2 outs here in the third, and that's going to bring Andrew Spiesman to the plate with runners at second and third. Big swing and a miss for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike to Spiesman. CSP looking to build on their 4-1 lead. Good curveball and strike 2, so Andrew down, no balls and 2 strikes early.
Reaching.
Reached out, helped him out there, but so that's out number 3 of the inning. And CSP strands 2, but not until they get 2 across the plate. And after 2.5, it is CSP 4, Chautauqua Lake 1. We'll be right back after these messages.
Coverage of CSP Wolfpack Baseball is brought to you in part by Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services in Clymer, a leading provider of new, heat-treated, and recycled pallets and wood services since 1993. Find them online at caflischpallet.com. Phone 716-355-4354. Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services wishes the Wolfpack the best of luck this season.
Support for Wolfpack Baseball on the Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Mosher's Carpeting at 8631 East Main Street in Clymer. Mosher's has carpeting and all types of flooring, serving the area for over 27 years. Online at mosherscarpeting.com.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Wolfpack Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by Necker's Company General Store, providing Clymer with groceries, apparel, gift items, and so much more for over 100 years. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their support.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to Clymer, New York, where CSP is the visitors today to Chautauqua Lake. This game was scheduled to be in Chautauqua Lake, and due to unplayable field conditions there, but taking advantage of the sunshine, they moved the game to Clymer. So we entered the bottom of the third, CSP with a 4-1 lead, and Bryce Hinsdale is going to get his third inning of the game under his belt, and he's going to face the top of the order. So Wellman, Hughes, and Henry for the Eagles, and Bryce starts him off with a strike right at the knees. Good pitch on the outside. Grant wanted that one.
Yeah, he did.
And there's a foul tip. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the batter. And there's a ground ball to third, and Gavin's going to come up, and that one he's not going to be able to make. That was a slow roller to third base, and that took a couple weird hops on him.
Yeah.
As a result, the infield single for Wellman, and that's going to bring Hughes to the plate. Big swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, Gavin charges that one. It might have been a different play, but
yeah, that's why I always
don't want to let
question why our infielders play so deep, but I've done it for years. So
yeah.
And there's a fly ball to right field. Colin Sturgis is underneath it, and that's going to be fly out, and out number 1 of the inning. So good job by Colin out in right field, getting underneath that one. And that's going to bring number 3, Henry, to the plate.
He got on base by a fielder's choice. I think this is the one that
tried to turn 2.
Yep, I think this one to take.
You're right.
Yeah.
So 1 out, runner on first, and that ball is low and inside for ball 1. And there's a base hit to center field, and that's going to get by Caden Beckerink. And that's going to score Wellman from first. And good throw, good relay there. Ball got by Caden Beckerink in center. And as a result, Wellman came around from first all the way around to score. So that's a stand-up double for Henry, and that's going to bring Olson to the plate, catcher for the Eagles. 4-2 now, Wolfpack lead. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Strike right down the middle part of the plate, and that's going to be strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. fly
Another one to
ball
Colin.
right field. Colin Sturgis is underneath it, and he drops it. And they almost got him at second.
Almost.
So runners now at second and third. And that's going to bring Smith to the plate. Other than advancing the runners, nobody crossed the plate on that ball.
No, so now we can just get some outs here and get clean here. Get clean, finish this out. 1 out, second and third.
Smith to the plate. Runners at second and third with 1 out now. 4-2 Wolfpack. Strike there. No balls and 1 strike.
It's a good pitch.
Low and outside. Evens the count at 1. Ball high. 2 balls and 1 strike. CSP, typically a very good defensive team. Couple lapses here in the inning.
Yeah, Caden never lets that ball get by him out there.
Ball high. 3 balls and 1 strike to Smith. Blackman on deck for the Eagles. So that's going to, based on balls, and that's going to put bases loaded here in the 3rd inning. And
I got to bring the infield in now.
Blackman comes to the plate, and Coach Moreno wants to have a conversation with Bryce and the rest of the infield on the game plan on what to do here with bases loaded.
Yeah, I'd definitely bring the infield in, Kyle, here, and make the play at home.
Yeah.
Because all Grant's got to do is touch the plate. And I think I'd tell him just touch the plate and don't try to make a play at first, because that could get thrown away.
Yeah, that's true. Although you don't have, Blackman's a big boy. I mean, pretty big kid.
Yeah.
Not a ton of speed. So 1 out here with bases loaded.
Playing double play depth. Interesting.
Ball high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. And there's a ground ball. See if we can turn 2.
Nope.
And unable to turn 2, and that's the problem with not playing the infield in. So Blackman does his job by putting bat on the ball, and that's going to get 1 across for the Eagles, and that's going to make it 4-3 Wolfpack. Now with runners at first and third with 2 outs. And that's going to bring Rivera, the DH, to the plate. He reached on, and that ball's going to get by Grant, and Blackman's going to advance from first to second. So now runners at second and third with 2 outs. Rivera reached back in the first inning or second inning, and then he sliding back to first dislocated his finger, I think.
Yeah.
So, but
he reached on a base on balls.
Looks like they put him back together, and there's a foul tip. 1 ball and 1 strike. Time called by the batter.
There's a lot of people standing behind us today, Kyle. Softball people, baseball people.
Ball high. I think that makes it 2-1.
I think the batter backing out on that made that call a ball, because that looked pretty good to me.
Runners at second and third. First base is open. And there's a pop-up that's going to be foul. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Rivera.
All right, Bryce, let's get out of this mess and come in and hit the ball. Got him. Oh.
So full count to the batter. Joust, what did we decide? Joust?
Yeah, we'll go with Joust.
On deck.
There we go.
And there's strike 3 right at the letters. And so CSP is able to get the Chautauqua Lake to strand 2, but not until they get 2 across. And after 3, it's CSP 4, Chautauqua Lake 3. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this broadcast on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance. With offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown, J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. We treat you like family. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
Utegg's Body Shop in Corry is helping to bring you this broadcast. Along with collision repair and refinishing, Utegg offers frame straightening services. Located at 633 East Smith Street in Corry. Utegg's Body Shop.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in New York at highschoolofficials.com.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Welcome back, where we've got a good high school baseball game for you. CSP leads by a score of 4-3 over the Chautauqua Lake Eagles. And as we enter the top of the 4th inning, CSP is going to bring their 8, 9, and 1 hitters to the plate, which means Tanner Mahako, Tate Catanese, and Caden Beckerink to the plate. And they are going to face the starting pitcher for Chautauqua Lake, Hughes, who enters his 4th inning of work. See if Tanner can get on base to start this inning. And there's one right at the knees for strike 1. And there's a ball that's going to go foul on the first base side. So Tanner down early, no balls and 2 strikes. And there's foul down first base side, so Tanner making contact here.
Kyle, there's a few puddles back here by the dugout and stuff, but the field looks really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Even the spot we're standing in isn't squishy.
Tanner with a high fastball that he fouls back. Staying alive.
Working hard up there.
Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. And there's grounder to second. That's going to be a little trouble, and it is. Tanner beats out the throw, so infield single for Tanner Mahako. And so after being down 0-2, really nice at bat there for Tanner,
Yeah.
and that's going to bring Tate Catanese to the plate.
That was kind of off the end of the bat too, and it was slow getting to the second baseman. He did charge it, but he couldn't get a hand on it.
Now with the leadoff man on deck, normally you'd say let's bunt here, but I would be shocked if Coach Moreno takes the bat out of Tate's hands. And ball outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Ball outside, so 2-0 to the shortstop for the Wolfpack. See, he's going to get one to hit here.
Ooh.
He knew it. A big swing and a miss. He didn't leave much.
No, nothing behind
nothing
on that
behind on that one. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tanner Mahako at first. Ball low.
Oh.
Called a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now he's got to protect. We want that call. That almost hit him, I think.
Yeah.
Pat.
Yeah.
Full count.
I'm surprised Tanner's not moved. I mean, he's off, but ball four.
Ball outside. So ball based on balls for Tate Catanese, and that's going to put runners at first and second here in the top of the 4th. And that's going to bring the top of the order to the plate. And Caden Beckrink is going to step in. I think Caden had a single maybe.
Yeah, he had a single and a base on both so far.
Yep, been on base both times. And there's a bunt back to the pitcher, and that's going to advance. Good job by Caden Beckrink doing his job. That's going to put runners at second and third now with 1 out. So base hit here is likely to score 2. And Gavin Burchanowski is going to step into the box.
Gavin's due this game. Good eye
Ball
on that.
high. 1 ball, no strikes. Bryce Hinsdale on deck for the Wolfpack. Runners at second and third. And there's a ground ball to third. Tanner is going to be safe. Yep. And
it's a good call.
It was a great call. He was safe. He slid underneath it. I'm not sure why Tanner stopped. Otherwise, you really would have made it not very close. So now first and third, runners at first and third. And with 1 out, and CSP leads by a score of 5-3. I would think Gavin's going to be running on first. We'll check Gavin at first. So we'll see if Bryce can help himself out here. There he goes, and he's going to actually throw it, and they're going to get him at second. So throw out at second base of Gavin Burchanowski, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. Surprised Tate didn't go from third, Pat. So two outs here. 1 ball, no strikes on the batter. So let's see if Bryce can find a gap somewhere and score his buddy from third. And there's a ground ball to this first baseman. That's going to be easy does it. So CSP gets 1 across to make it 5-3. And as we enter the, we'll see Chautauqua Lake Eagles in the bottom of the 4th. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002, or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack! From Countertop Solutions.
CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Troyer's Greenhouse, now open for the season Monday through Saturday. Troyer's Greenhouse is located at 1669 Weeks Road, just 2 miles west of Panama. Go Wolfpack from Troyer's Greenhouse.
Welcome back, where CSP leads by a score of 5-3 as we enter the bottom half of the 4th inning, and Bryce Hinsdale is going to get his 4th inning under his belt here. And CSP is going to face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Chautauqua Lake, which means we're going to see leading off is going to be Joust for the Eagles, playing center field. A reminder, CSP after tonight plays Wednesday night at home against Westfield and then travels to Bemis Point on Thursday night to finish off our week, and as we face the Maple Grove Red Dragons. Ball high outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
There it is. I was wrong.
Yep. 2 balls and no strikes on the leadoff hitter. And there's a big sort of half swing that strike 1, so 2-1.
That one got away from Bryce.
3 balls and 1 strike to the number 8 hitter.
Strike.
So
full count.
Full count to the batter. And there's a foul. So Joust stays alive.
Got
a big swing and a miss for strikeout number 1 of the inning, and out number 1. So good job by Bryce coming back from down 3-1 in that count, and that's going to bring number 5, Nowicki.
Hit it hard to Caden last time, I think, in center field. We got to make sure that kid that's on deck, that Woolman, we got to make sure he doesn't get on. He scored every time he's been on base. Yeah. We'll work on keeping him off the base paths.
A big swing and a miss for strike 1.
He's helping him.
Yep. I think that ball was tipped, I think. So no balls and 2 strikes to the number 9 hitter. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. CSP leads 5-3.
I don't know what that was for.
Nope, I don't either. So we'll start over.
2 strikes on the batter, right?
Yep.
3
Another
strikes.
big swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 of the inning. And that's going to bring leadoff hitter Wellman to the plate. And as Pat mentioned, he's scored both times that he's been up. So this will be an important out for the Wolfpack. Curveball for strike 1. Ball high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Man, a lot of activity here today, Pat.
Yes.
We got cars, we got people, we got baseball games.
I didn't see him here on the snow day.
2 balls and 1 strike.
Took him a minute to call that.
So 3 balls and 1 strike to the batter. And that's ball 4. So after 2 strikeouts, Bryce issues a base on balls. And he's going to face the heart of their order here. And number 12, Hughes, starting pitcher for
Last time at
Chautauqua
bat, he
Lake.
flew to Collin in right field. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change, Kyle.
Yep. So we're going to have a pitching change. So we will take, as CSP takes the break, we will take a break with them and be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Support for CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage is provided in part by Tina Dills, ERA Team VP licensed real estate agent, serving the Wolfpack listening area and all of Chautauqua County with real estate services for buyers, sellers, vacation rentals, and all relocation needs. For more information on how to get your move going, Tina can be reached at 716-397-7790. Tina Dills and the ERA Team VP agents wish the Wolfpack the best of luck.
Corry's only locally operated radio station is Channel 98.9. With your eerie weather, your favorite personalities.
Thank you so much for joining us on a Monday.
You see today local news, entertainment, and information around the clock. And Corry's Modern Rock. Channel 98.9, your one radio station.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane.
Welcome back, where CSP has a pitching change here in the bottom of the 4th. Bryce Hinsdale goes 3 2/3, and Tate Catanese is going to come in and in relief. And there's a base hit.
Oh, nice play by Gavin.
Burchanowski stops it, and likely Pat keeps Wellman at second base.
Yep.
So base hit for Hughes, and
Henry at bat.
that's going to bring Henry. I had to get I had a B on my microphone.
Oh boy, that's not good.
So runners at first and second. Ball low, good stop by Grant behind the plate. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Knowing Tate the way I know Tate, he is not going to take kindly to crap like that.
No.
There's a fastball right down the middle part of the plate. And it's tipped foul, so 1 ball and 1 strike to Henry, the shortstop for the Eagles.
A little low.
Ball low, 2-1. 5-3 Wolfpack here in the bottom of the fourth.
Oh.
Curveball that curved just a hair too late. So 3 balls and 1 strike. And there's a ground ball to second, and you're going to flip it to Gavin at second. And so there's force out for out number 3. So Chautauqua Lake strands 2, and after 4, it is CSP 5, Chautauqua Lake 3. We'll be right back after these messages.
Coverage of CSP Wolfpack Baseball is brought to you in part by Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services in Clymer, a leading provider of new, heat-treated, and recycled pallets and wood services since 1993. Find them online at caflischpallet.com. Phone 716-355-4354. Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services wishes the Wolfpack the best of luck this season.
Support for Wolfpack Baseball on the Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Mosher's Carpeting at 8631 East Main Street in Clymer. Mosher's has carpeting and all types of flooring, serving the area for over 27 years. Online at mosherscarpeting.com.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Wolfpack Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by Necker's Company General Store, providing Clymer with groceries, apparel, gift items, and so much more for over 100 years. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their support.
Welcome back to Clymer, New York, where CSP is battling the Chautauqua Lake Eagles. And as we enter the top half of the 5th inning, CSP leads by a score of 5-3. And Hughes, the starting pitcher for Chautauqua Lake, is going to get his 5th inning. And he's going to face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Wolfpack, which means Grant Lictus starts the inning off. Grant with a RBI single back in the 3rd inning.
A good cut.
Foul tip. Good swing there by Grant. 1 ball and 1 strike.
There's that curveball.
There's the curveball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ball outside. That evens the count at 2.
A good gap out there between right and center.
High and outside, so full count to the leadoff batter for the Wolfpack here in the bottom of the top of the 5th. And here's the payoff pitch, and no, Grant check swing foul. Check swing foul, and so he stays alive. There's a swing and a miss for the strikeout. So out number 1 of the inning, and that's going to bring Carson White to the plate.
Carson's been on both times he's been up to the plate.
Ball looked a little inside, but called strike, so no balls and 1 strike to the sophomore from Clymer. Ball outside. 1-1. Had a softball that flew into the field. Not had that happen at all this year.
It's like warfare over here now. Our foul balls go over there, theirs come over here.
1 ball and 1 strike. Good curveball in there for strike 2. So Carson's got to protect now. Oh, good job by Carson. Ground back the pitcher. And it's going to be out number 2. He was fooled a little bit there, Pat, but he did a good job of getting bat on the ball.
Yep.
And at least making the Chautauqua Lake defenders make play. So that's out number 2, and that's going to bring Colin Sturgis to the plate. Foul ball behind home plate. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, there's a check swing. No balls and 2 strikes. Andrew Spiesman on deck for the Wolfpack. And there's out number 3, so CSP goes 1-2-3 here in the 5th inning, and after 4.5, it is 5-3 Wolfpack. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this broadcast on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance. With offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown, J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. We treat you like family. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
Utegg's Body Shop in Corry is helping to bring you this broadcast. Along with collision repair and refinishing, Utegg offers frame straightening services. Located at 633 East Smith Street in Corry. Utegg's Body Shop.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in New York at highschoolofficials.com.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Welcome back to the campus of Clymer Central School, where CSP leads by a score of 5-3 over the Chautauqua Lake Eagles, formerly the Thunderbirds. And CSP
4, 5, 6 their Tate's going to face.
4, 5, and 6. And Tate Catanese, after coming in relief of Bryce Hinsdale back in the 4th inning, he's going to come out here and see if he can do some damage on the mound. And number 19, Olson, comes to the plate. Good scoop by Grant. We think that Bryce was relieved back in the 4th due to pitch count. Kind of set us up for the rest of the week, I think. The big swing and a miss. For strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike to the big catcher for Chautauqua Lake. High fastball, swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sometimes I'd like to know what he's thinking inside that head of his there. Because he just had a weird look on his face. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's strikeout number 1 of the inning, and out number 1. Good fastball by Tate Catanese, and that's going to bring number 17, Smith, to the plate.
No. He's hit to the shortstop, and we had a base on balls. But with Tate pitching, he may now see the right field go to right field.
Yeah, good pitch there right at the knees for strike 1. Ball low, 1-1.
Wow. All I can say to that is wow.
Low and outside, so 2 balls and 1 strike to the batter. Blackman on deck, big first baseman for the Eagles. So 3-1. Tate's got to fight back here, make him a hitter. So ball 4, so base on balls to Smith.
Across the ladder.
Yeah, and Blackman's going to come to the plate with a runner at first and 1 out.
All right, let's get the double play ball here.
Good pitch there for strike 1. Good curve there. He may have let the batter decide that.
Yeah, it's another one of them cases where he let the batter step out. And
so 1 ball and 1 strike.
And he
checks.
Made the call because of the batter instead of watching the ball.
Ooh, and there's a slow roller back to first. And I'd go to 1 on that, and Tate does. So gets out number 2 of the inning. So no harm, no foul there as the runner advances from first to second. And that's going to bring Rivera, the DH, to the plate with 2 outs and a runner at second. 5-3 Wolfpack here in the bottom of the 5th. Oh, they fooled him on that curveball for strike 1. It's gotten a little chilly.
Yes, it has.
That sun's gone down. And that one right down the middle part of the plate for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Rivera. See if Tate can do this on his own. If I'm Tanner Mahako, I am definitely not holding that kid on.
No, I'm getting right back.
This ball is going to get to the right side of the field, infield. There's strike 3. Doesn't matter. Tate struck him out for out number 3, so Chautauqua Lake strands 1, and after 5, it is 5-3 Wolfpack. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002, or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack! From Countertop Solutions.
CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Troyer's Greenhouse, now open for the season Monday through Saturday. Troyer's Greenhouse is located at 1669 Weeks Road, just 2 miles west of Panama. Go Wolfpack from Troyer's Greenhouse.
Welcome back to CSP Wolfpack Baseball here on Channel 98.9, where CSP leads by a score of 5-3 over the Chautauqua Lake Eagles. I want to thank all of our sponsors that you hear in between the breaks who allow us to bring you these games. And if you're out and about, I would encourage you to patronize those organizations with Mother's Day coming up and Memorial Day. You just heard Troyer's Greenhouse. Great selection of hanging baskets and assortment of flowers.
Andrew Spiesman at bat.
And there's strike number 1 right down the middle part of the plate. No balls in 1 strike. You're going to see Spiesman, Mahako, and Catanese here in the top of the 6th. A curveball that curved, didn't curve really. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the junior from Panama. And there's Andrew making contact to stay alive.
There you
there's
go.
A ground ball to short. Shortstop comes up throwing, and good play by the shortstop and first baseman. Good job by Andrew Spiesman to put bat on the ball. And that's going to be out number 1 of the inning. And that's going to bring Tanner Mahako to the plate. This is now the 3rd time batters will have seen Hughes, Pat, and that can make a difference.
Yes, yes. Tanner had a good hustled out a base hit last inning, so Get him on base. He's pretty quick. High fastball. Teased him with it.
Yep. One ball, 2 strikes to the batter.
Ball high.
Curveball high.
Should be 2-2. Is that what it is, Kyle?
2-2. And there's a ground ball back to the pitcher. He takes his time, and he's going to make the out at first. So good job by Tanner Mahako getting bat on the ball as well. But that's going to be out number 2 of the inning, and that's going to bring now pitcher for the Wolfpack, take Catanese to the plate. And there's a ground ball to short. You're going to have to hustle that, and he's going to get him.
Got him.
So CSP goes 1-2-3 here in the 6th inning. And after 5.5, it is Wolfpack 5, Chautauqua Lake Eagles 3. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned, Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Support for CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage is provided in part by Tina Dills, ERA Team VP licensed real estate agent, serving the Wolfpack listening area and all of Chautauqua County with real estate services for buyers, sellers, vacation rentals, and all relocation needs. For more information on how to get your move going, Tina can be reached at 716-397-7790. Tina Dills and the ERA Team VP agents wish the Wolfpack the best of luck.
Corry's only locally operated radio station is Channel 98.9. With your eerie weather, your favorite personalities.
Thank you so much for joining us on a Monday.
You see today local news, entertainment, and information around the clock. And Corry's Modern Rock. Channel 98.9, your one radio station.
As we enter the bottom of the 6th inning, CSP leads by a score of 5-3. I'm Kyle Hinsdale, joined by my partner Pat Catanese, and we're excited to bring you the final 2 innings, an inning and a half of this game.
Hope this is a clean bottom of the 6th here for us.
Yep.
Go back and get a couple insurance runs and finish it out.
So Tate Catanese, who came on in relief back in the 4th inning, is going to pitch here in the 6th. And he's going to face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Eagles from Chautauqua Lake. There's a foul tip. So Tate ahead early, no balls and 1 strike.
Need to be efficient in this inning, Kyle. Get through this thing clean.
And this is Jouse.
Correct.
Ball high, 1-1. If that is not the correct pronunciation, we apologize to Jouse's family and friends.
Yeah.
There's pretty good ball there.
Yeah, that was a strike. Call the ball.
2 balls and 1 strike. And there's a nubber to the first baseman, Bryce Hinsdale, who catches it in the air. That's going to sting a little bit. And that's out number 1 of the inning. And that's going to bring Nowicki, the number 9 hitter, playing second base, to the plate. I believe he struck out last inning.
That's correct. Flown to center field and struck out.
Ball low. Ball high, so 2 balls and no strikes to Nowicki. 5-3 Wolfpack here in the bottom of the 6th.
Strike.
There's one right across the letters. 2 balls and 1 strike. There's foul, so evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Ball in the dirt.
So full count to Nowicki. Wellman on deck for the Eagles.
Be nice to get this out right here, Kyle.
Yeah.
Wellman's been on base every time he's been up to bat. There it is, foul ball.
Foul behind home plate. So the count remains full. So that's ball 4. And the Chautauqua Lake Eagles are going to get their first base runner of the inning, and that's going to bring Wellman to the plate. 1 out with Nowicki at first now.
Double play ball here.
Yeah, he squares to bunt.
Wow.
That ball is low. So 1 ball and no strikes to the batter. There's 1 in for strike. Evens the count at 1. I don't know what happened there. That ball go behind him, Pat?
No, that ball went in front of him.
Did it?
Yeah. I don't know what that move was.
2 balls and 1 strike. Tate wanted that one. 3 balls and 1 strike. Runner at first with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. 5-3 Wolfpack lead. And ball inside, so 2 base on balls here for Tate Catanese, and that's going to bring number 12, Hughes, to the plate. Starting pitcher for the Eagles. If you're an infielder, you got to know if the ball's hit to me, what am I doing with it? And right now, easy as base. One ball, no strikes to the batter.
That's Nowicki.
And there's a ground ball to third. He's going to step on third, and he's going to throw to first. And there's so good job by Colin Sturgis to make the play to step on the base at third. And was unable to make the throw over to first. So end result is we have 2 outs, runners at first and third. And that's going to bring number 3 Henry to the plate, the number 3 batter for the Eagles. I would expect nothing real fancy here, Pat.
No.
When it comes to that runner at first, I'd just let him steal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's likely going to run here with a runner in third. Pop-up foul. So Tate ahead early, no balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, I'm shocked he didn't take off on that first one.
I'm surprised he didn't steal there. I don't know if he missed a sign or not, but either way, he's still at first. Tate checks him over at first and then looks over to third. And there's a ground ball to second or short. You're going to get him at second. So out number 3. So CSP gets themselves into a little bit of a jam, but able to get out of it. And as a result, CSP heads to the 7th inning with a 5-3 lead. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack from Countertop Solutions.
CSP baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided in part by Steve Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing and Air Conditioning, located at 147 East Main Street in Corry. They offer residential and light commercial new services, as well as electrical repairs, well pumps, and water conditioning systems. Phone 814-665-6034. Online at flicksheatingplumbingandac.com.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by NISFA and the New York State Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to CSP Wolfpack Baseball here on Channel 98.9, where CSP leads by a score of 5-3 over the Chautauqua Lake Eagles as we enter the top half of the 7th inning. And CSP is going to bring their top of the order to the plate. So Caden Beckerink, Gavin Burchanowski, and Bryce Hinsdale. You might be wondering why we said we're in the top of the 7th with CSP batting and here in Clymer, but this game was originally scheduled to be played at Chautauqua Lake. The field conditions over there were not good enough, and as a result, they moved the game to Clymer, with Chautauqua Lake being the home team. So that is the story on that. And first pitch to Caden Beckerink is ball outside, 1-0. And there's a slow roller back to the pitcher. He's going to come up and make the throw and gets him at first base. So good job by Hughes playing his position. And that's out number 1 for the Eagles. And that's going to bring Gavin Burchanowski to the plate.
Gavin is due. He is also due this game.
There's a big swing and a miss for strike 1. Hughes for the Eagles is looking to go the distance as he started the game and looks to end it here in the 7th. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Just to get some runners on here. Insurance runs would be great here,
Yeah.
Kyle.
Yes, it would. There's one on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Out of
There's
play.
a foul tip. Back behind home plate. Count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. And there's a high fly ball to the shortstop, and he's underneath it and makes the catch for out number 2. So we'll see if Bryce can have a little 2-out lightning here.
We've done that before, Kyle, many,
Yep.
many times.
Curveball on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Ball high, 2-0. Good pitch there. Curveball in for a strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Hinsdale. There's another curveball in for a strike. So 2-2. Now he's got to protect here. There's a fastball high. So full count to today's starting pitcher for the Wolfpack. Went 3 2/3 inning. Curveball outside, ball 4. So Bryce reaches on base on balls, and
That's the start of our 2-out lightning right there, Kyle.
Grant's got to get his shin guards off. There, he's got his pads off.
He feels comfortable with them on. So.
Yeah. So 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Runner on first. Ball low and inside for ball 1. Be curious to see if they are aggressive at all, Pat, to get Bryce at second.
It'd be nice to have him in scoring position,
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Catcher's got a good arm, though. If he's going to go, he's got to get a good jump, and there he goes. And there's a
Hit and
swing,
run.
and that ball is going to be out of play. Out of play. Almost hit some people over here on the softball side, but so that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 to the batter. And that ball's in the dirt, and Bryce goes, and he's going to stand up. So stand-up stolen base for Bryce Hinsdale. And that's going to put a runner in scoring position now for Grant Lictus if he can find a hole somewhere in that outfield. 2 balls and 1 strike to Grant. And there's a slow roller to first base. The first baseman's going to handle it himself. And so CSP strands 1 here in the top of the 7th. As we enter the bottom of the 7th, it is 5-3 Wolfpack. We'll be right back after these messages.
Coverage of CSP Wolfpack Baseball is brought to you in part by Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services in Clymer, a leading provider of new, heat-treated, and recycled pallets and wood services since 1993. Find them online at caflischpallet.com. Phone 716-355-4354. Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services wishes the Wolfpack the best of luck this season.
Support for Wolfpack Baseball on the Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Mosher Carpeting at 8631 East Main Street in Clymer. Mosher's has carpeting and all types of flooring, serving the area for over 27 years. Online at mosherscarpeting.com.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Wolfpack Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by Necker's Company General Store, providing Clymer with groceries, apparel, gift items, and so much more for over 100 years. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their support.
Welcome back as we enter the bottom half of the 7th inning, and CSP looks to close this game out as they lead the Eagles of Chautauqua Lake by a score of 5-3. And Tate Catanese is going to try to finish this game out here in the 7th. And he is going to face 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Eagles. So that's going to bring Olson, a catcher for Chautauqua Lake, to the plate. CSP looking to move to 7-3 on the season with a win today.
Okay, here we go. Bottom of 7, 5-3. Gotta love these situations.
Yep. And there's a pop-up that is going to be out of play down the first base line.
Kyle, I was going to ask you where Dennis was tonight, but I just found him. He's out there in left field, isn't he?
I don't know what his story is. I'm sure there's a story behind it, but he is he has this chair and he's perched out in left field, maybe to get a little different
view,
vantage point. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. So Tate ahead early, no balls and 2 strikes to the batter. Maybe he just was too crowded up here and he couldn't find space for his chair. There's a pop-up foul, so Olson stays alive.
Nice to get this first out.
Yep.
Be a junk pitch here, I think.
Yep. Ball high and outside, so good spot for that. Good waste if you're Tate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And there's a high fly ball to center field. Caden Beckrink is underneath it, and that's going to be out number 1 of the inning. So good job by Caden using 2 hands to squeeze it. And that's going to bring Smith to the plate. CSP now 2 outs away from win number 7.
timeout. I know he can't call a timeout. Tate was in his motion.
Yep, he tried. But
Tried.
He didn't give it to him.
No.
No balls and one strike to the batter. There's a big swing and a miss for strike 2. So Tate up early, no balls and 2 strikes. This could be junk here too, Pat.
Or it's going to be a fastball because I think him and Grant have realized the kid can't hit a fastball.
Yeah, you can't hit the fastball. So there's out number 2. And that's going to bring Blackman to the plate. Yeah, he could not catch up to that fastball.
And I think him and Grant realized it.
Ball high. 1 ball, no strikes. And there's a fly ball.
That's fair. That's in fair territory.
And good play there by Bryce Hinsdale to make that catch. And that's going to be out number 3 for the inning and the end of the game. So good play there by Bryce Hinsdale. He was running out of play and was able to catch that in play. Kind of over his shoulder a little bit. So CSP, they play host but are the visitors today and get a win over their second win of the year over Chautauqua Lake. This one by the score of 5-3. Good job by really all 3 pitchers. Hughes for Chautauqua Lake and Hinsdale and Catanese for the Wolfpack. So
Hughes pitched a very good game. Very
he did. He pitched a very good game.
Looking at the book here, Kyle, it got after about the 4th inning, it got very quiet. There was no runs. Chautauqua Lake never scored after the 3rd, and CSP never scored after the 4th. It got very quiet.
Yep. So good job, good pitching effort today by both teams. So that moves CSP to 7-3 on the year. And we'll be back in action on Wednesday night here in Clymer against the Westfield Wolverines. So for Pat Catanese, I'm Kyle Hinsdale. CSP with a 5-3 win over the Chautauqua Lake Eagles. We'll see you on Wednesday night. Have a good evening.
Thanks for listening to this broadcast of CSP Wolfpack Baseball on the Channel 989 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream at channel989.org. This broadcast is presented by Lictus Oil and Propane, Countertop Solutions, Caflisch Pallet and Wood Supply, Triple E Manufacturing, Necker's Company General Store, Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing, The Cornerstone Restaurant, J. Edwards Insurance, Hoyer's Greenhouse, Mosher's Carpeting, Utegg's Body Shop, and Tina Dills, ERA Team VP Licensed Real Estate Agent. Tune in next time for all the action of CSP Wolfpack Baseball.